everyone, it's Anna with The Chosen Market. I am so happy you're here. I can't believe Easter is 20 days from today. I can't wait to show you this idea that I came up with decorating these carrot tags that I got at the Dollar Tree and personalizing them to add to any Easter basket. These are the ones that I made for my kids. That's why they have the name Nick and Lucas. And I am going to show you step by step on how to make these. They were super easy and fun to make. So first, what I did was I bought these carrot tags. They come super neutral at the Dollar Tree. And we are going to paint them. We're going to paint the top of the carrot green. And I picked a leafy green color, and then I picked a really bright orange that we're going to paint the bottom. So I did buy some painter's tape only because I'm a perfectionist, but of course you don't have to buy the painter's tape. I just like to do it just so I don't mess up my work. And the first thing that we're going to do is first paint the leafy part of the carrot. And I will put the description, like the link under the description of the color of the paint that I chose. It's a bright green color. And I did put 2 coats of the bright green color on the leafy part. And that way, because I didn't feel like the first coat was enough, so that I did paint it twice. I'm not going to show you painting it because I know you guys know how to paint and I don't want this video to be long and boring. So this is what it looks like after you paint it twice. 2 coats in the front. Now I did put a one coat of the green paint in the back just because I didn't think that it looked nice if I left it neutral. And also because a little bit of the paint went through, so I just didn't want it, to show. So then for the bottom, I picked a bright carrot color, orange color. And again, I did put 2 coats on it, so it just made it look nicer. I did feel like it needed 2 coats of the paint. And that is actually probably what took the longest was painting. So I did put 1 coat in the back, as you can see, and then I put 2 coats of the paint in the front. So you see the difference where the front looks a lot nicer. So this is how it looks before we put all of the embellishments and beads. And it looks nice just the way it is, but of course, we're going to bring it up a notch. So the first thing that we're going to do is decorate these tags, and we're going to first put a twine. And I got this twine. It does come with twines, but I didn't like the thickness of it. So I did use my own twine for this. The twine is going to be, you're going to cut it in 13 inches, and that's just enough. That way you can, once you're done and you add the beads to it, you're able to tie it to the basket. So first I make 1 knot. Make sure that it's even. And we're going to do 1 knot all the way to the bottom. And it just holds the twine in place. Make sure the knot is tight. And I put the knot in the back just so it doesn't get bulky. And now we're going to add the beads to it. And what I did was I picked 3 different colors of beads that matched the carrot. I picked a yellow bead, a green bead, and an orange bead. These beads, the holes in the beads are wide enough that you won't have any issues putting the twine through them. And I did first start with the yellow bead, and then I did the green bead. So here, as you can see, I'm doing the yellow bead, and then I'm going to put the green bead. And of course, you can do any colors you want. These are just the colors that I picked. Um, and because I wanted it to match the carrot. And then, as you can see, how the hole is large enough that you won't have a problem at all putting the twine through it. I am going to try to find a link, and I'll add it to the description, of similar beads. I believe I found these in Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. They're plastic beads, they're not expensive, and they're really easy to find. So this is how it looks. But then you need to make a knot right here, just because you don't want the beads, you want the beads to stay in place. So you want to do 2 knots. One is not enough. And that way the knot is thick enough that it holds the beads in place. So you do the second knot, makes the knot thick enough. That way the beads stay nice and neat. And this is how it looks. So now, again, it looks nice as it is, but we're like we always do, we're going to make it even prettier. So the well, first of all, I'm going to cut just the ends, just to even it out. You don't really have to do it. Nobody's going to notice it, but I like doing things perfect. So you do you. It's not a big deal. I just, I do like making things look really pretty. So now we're going to decorate this area here, right the front of the carrot. And then the name is going to be hanging right in front of the carrot. So what I did was I got a natural hemp string. It's very thin, and the reason, it's also 13 inches long. It's very, very thin, as you can see. And the reason I liked it thin is because I didn't want it too bulky on the carrot. And also because it's easier to glue things onto it if it's not so bulky. So we're going to do 2 knots just to hold it in place. Right like that. Tighten it up. We are going to make a bow, but first we're going to put the name on it. So this is how it looks with the 2 knots. And you see how the hemp string is really thin. You can buy this hemp string at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and I will put a link to it. Now, this is craft sticks. These I bought at the Dollar Tree, and they are very inexpensive. And I thought it would just be a super easy way to add the name of the person. So I did pick a color that was not too white. I just didn't think that white was going to look not, it was just too bright. So I did pick like an off-white color, kind of ivory. And I painted these sticks, and this is how it looks after it gets painted. I did 2 coats in both sides and let it dry. And really the longest thing for this whole tag is the painting, the of doing it, and waiting. So then what I did was I got a Sharpie, a really thin Sharpie, that I am going to just write the names of whoever you decide to give the Easter basket to. So this Sharpie is really easy to write with, and I know that it's not going to get blurry and smudge. So I'm gonna write my sister-in-law's name just because it's nice and short. So I'm gonna put down Amy here. I think she's gonna like this. Might have to send her the tag after I'm done. And I do like to write it twice just so you can see it nicely. There's actually no need to let it dry. It dries really, really fast. So you see how there's an excess? I don't like that. So we're going to cut it. And what I did was I used these wire cutter pliers. I use these for when I'm doing jewelry, but they came really handy because the stick is so thin that it's easy. You just decide on where you want it to cut and you press hard and you just kind of like twist it back and forth and it eventually just breaks off. So you just, pick a place right here and then just wiggle it back and forth and there you go. It flew off. I don't like the way that it looks towards the end. It's just a little rough. So I'm going to get the sandpaper and just sand the edges just to make it a little bit more smooth. You don't have to go crazy with the sandpaper, but just enough that the edges are nice and smooth. And it just makes it a better looking finish to the little tag that you're doing. These craft sticks are very easy to see how it looks. Really, it's really easy to make anything look pretty. And we're going to, because of that hole, and it's so easy to make this hole. All I did was used a I use this tool when I'm doing jewelry or pens and the hole of the bead is not large enough. Well, I used the same tool and all I did was I made the hole in the craft stick because it's so thin. I just used this tool just to make a small little hole where the hemp string is going to go into it. We only need one of the hemp strings to go into it. We're not doing both anyway. So the hole does not have to be that large. So I see how I'm going to be getting this hemp string and just putting it through the hole, just one. And then we're going to be doing a knot. I just want to place it right where I want it. And I'm going to do a knot. And that way, fix it up a little bit. And I always like to do a bow right here. And then we're able to make sure that it's in place. Just want to make sure that it's in a way that I can add the little flower that I'm going to put, the little daisy. So just make a little pretty bow, fluff it a little bit. If the string is a little bit too much, you can always cut it. It's your choice. I wanted to cut it a little bit because I thought it was too much. So I cut it a little bit and this is how it looks. But now what we're going to do is going to be putting a little daisy right in the middle, and that will be bringing it that finish touch. Of course, it looks nice like this, but of course, I like to bring it up a little notch and make it look beautiful. So I got these daisies at Hobby Lobby. They're actually buns and they have a loop right here where you can see that it's a bun. See, I found them at where they sell buns at Hobby Lobby in the fabric section. They had a bunch of different buns, and these were the daisies. So I'm going to get that handy tool that I used earlier. It has really, this tool is not supposed to be for this kind of thing, but it worked. So I'm going to keep using it. And it was so easy. All I did was I'm going to take that loop off because it doesn't fit nicely unless we take this loop off. And it comes out really easily. You see, just like that. It just came out and that is garbage, but that's the little loop that I took out. And now the flower can sit really nice in the tag. So that's what we're going to do. Now, you can use E600 or you can use any kind of glue really, or hot glue. I chose hot glue this time only because it's easier and faster to dry. But you can use other different types of glues, whatever is your preference. So this time I did use the hot glue, and I'm going to put it right where the bow, where we did the knot of the bow. That's where I'm going to put the hot glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right here, enough for the flower to glue to the tag. And then we're going to set this right in the middle and press it. And it should stay right in place. There we go. There we go. And I like the hot glue because it does not take that long for it to dry. And sometimes I get really impatient and I just want to get it done. And this is how it looks. It was very easy, really cute idea. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'm also going to add a link right here of a Christmas ornament that I made that was also personalized. You might like to see that one as well. I hope you're getting excited for Easter. I am going to be doing some more of these tags and Easter decorations for you, and I cannot wait to see you on the next video.